Sagittarius. So I'm here to do your weekly read and see what we're doing today. I had to take a quick hiatus. It's kind of a rough couple days there, but it's all good. Let's go ahead and see what we can get for you guys and where you might be at. Let me just give you guys a shuffle really quickly. And then I think I'm going to use the animal deck, the raw deck, and the unicorn deck. Okay? Okay. Great. Good talk. Okay. Let's see what comes out. These cards are really, really big, and so I have to be careful, like I just said. Okay, so turbulence, active galaxy in the reverse. So something seems to be going pretty smoothly for you. I almost said the word clue. So you could be getting a clue about something that you were unsure about before. The four forces, the strong force is power. So that's in the middle for you guys. And let's see what comes out last. So I'm seeing the past energies. My computer's about to die, so I got to kind of talk fast here. So the turbulence in reverse with active galaxy, you might not have been feeling like your galaxy was very active, and there could have been kind of a stagnancy that you were experiencing that was a little frustrating. The two cards that came out next were the four forces, both the strong force and the electromagnetic force. So perception is electromagnetic, and the strong force is power. This here is what it's kind of letting me know, is that you weren't really feeling any kind of specific changing of the winds, or I'm just seeing this as also a tube, like a wind tunnel. And because I'm seeing it that way, and because I'm talking to Saggis who are fire signs, oftentimes when you light a match, or when you're looking at fire in nature, oftentimes it comes from, obviously lightning strikes or bolts coming down to the ground and hitting the ground. So that is always a powerful source to be reckoned with. Never underestimate the power of fire, obviously. But this is looking to me like a huge fire pit that just went poof. So I don't know if you guys have experienced something from on high coming down and kind of starting this new magnetic force for you that's powerful and transitionary in nature. But there's also seems to be something that you're perceiving right now that caused that. Something that you've observed, or something that you're experiencing at the moment with perception, specifically electromagnetically. So this could be like a new relationship that just kind of flew down and landed in your lap. Or it could be something where you're observing that there is a fiery situation at hand, something that was specifically a little bit more controlled before. Maybe you were using a match, and now the match caught something on fire, and then it's now a very powerful, hugely obvious kind of incident that has taken place. But I am just seeing this as being something specifically relevant to your life, and you'll know what that is at this time. Person, place, thing, new job, new idea, whatever it is, it's caused quite the upheaval. This is more than half, like this is 2/3 of your read. So the forces of the universe are not to be toyed with. And I think that especially if you weren't feeling turbulence before, you either are currently or you will very shortly here. That it's something on its imminent way. So let me get some actual unicorn cards here to see what kind of advice or what kind of action is taking place for you guys at this time. And let's see. definitely exciting, whatever is going on. I'm excited to see what happens. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so Archangel Michael used the Sword of Truth to help the world. That's number 37, came down on no turbulence. So it might have been smooth sailing for at the moment or in the past here. The actual Sword of Truth and you being able to utilize that in some way, shape, or form to help yourself or other people. That's always a good thing. There's never a time when you don't want to be using the Sword of Truth. Okay. I am going to go ahead and put those back because I only need 2 more. And we'll see what. If they come out again, then we'll know that they were meant to be. Okay, Archangel Uriel, become a peace ambassador. That came out with power. So there might have been a lack of turbulence, and then all of a sudden a very strong force of power came through that has now, prompted a perception of yours to be something a little bit more fiery or a little bit more, since you guys are fire signs, you could have a very strong sense of self in this matter. Archangel Michael oftentimes has a lot to do, like I said, with truth, but along with Archangel Uriel, that's a lot of angelic presence coming down to assist you with something. And I'm not sure what you feel is powerfully either manifesting or taking place in your life right now, but it looks like you've got a lot of guidance and help from your spirit guides in order to make it happen. And so let's see what the third perception here would be. Seeking good. Okay, so that's number 27, and it says look for good in your current situation. So it kind of does denote here that you might be going through something that's a little bit difficult for you. With turbulence in reverse and Archangel Michael, if there was no turbulence before, then you might be experiencing some type of serious truth that is not necessarily uncomfortable, but is going to cause some type of an upheaval. Archangel Uriel is asking you to be peaceful about it. So this would imply that something has kind of landed on your lap or been exposed or come into your perception, into your life in some way that may cause a little bit of a little bit more turbulence than there was before. So you guys will know how this applies to you. But seeking good came out. Look for good in your current situation came out with perception. So I'm hearing that you need to take a more positive outlook or a more positive stance towards whatever is taking place. And rather than feeling bummed out, because this man looks really bummed out, he's at the bar drinking. Rather than feeling defeated or somehow looking at the situation from a negative light, I am being encouraged to let you know, because you've got so much, archangel intervention here, that it's something that you can actually work for or through. This doorway is opened, wide open behind this gentleman, and there's a unicorn looking in at the person in there. So you will be able to actually use the forces of positive instead of evil to overcome whatever this is, as long as you keep a good outlook for yourself and for others. I know that sometimes with a lot of fire signs, you guys can tend to be very reactive, which I'm also seeing here. I don't know if you can see in this card, but there's kind of this tube. You see that blue outline of like a tube there, and then another tube here. Whatever came down from the heavens and landed in your lap, just remember that you're not alone in trying to sift through the wreckage, if that's what it feels like. I don't know why wreckage came to mind. I just thought, when two entities are manifesting at the same time, sometimes there can be a little bit of a holdup or some friction or some bad feelings. Not to say that one person is not as good as the other, but humans are just very competitive human beings. So rather than looking at it as a competition, maybe try to frame, I'm seeing these red curtains, try to frame the outcome with something that's a positive for everybody involved. And that should help you with figuring out what exactly Archangel Michael and Archangel Uriel are trying to say or help you with at this time. So, excuse me, let me just, okay. Let me get some animal guidance here. We'll see what the animal kingdom has to offer as well. I'm also just kind of seeing that this man is not even aware of the unicorn standing in the background there at all. Like, he's not paying attention to the unicorn whatsoever. So you might need to do some prayer or try to ask your spirit guides for some transparency to make themselves known, to help you with figuring out how you're going to take flight on this. Both of the cards have a very deeply purple. Archangel Michael and Uriel have purple in the background, and they're standing on on grassy knolls or grassy fields here. Okay, so I'm just, keep yourself grounded. Make sure that you're ready for whatever, but at the same time, keep your heart kind of open and ask for guidance, and you'll get it. Let's see what comes. It's really easy, and I mean myself included, when you're down and out, to forget to pray, just because you're so focused on the negative feelings, or you're so stuck in the moment of misery that you're not really paying attention to the ways in which there might be signs and symbols all around you that could assist your journey. So I just want to say that as well. All right, so I see use a sword of truth to help the world. The frog came out. The frog is a creature of water and has been associated with new life. In Egypt, frogs were placed on mummies to facilitate rebirth. So that's exactly what I was trying to say, is that even without any kind of movement or shakeup in your life, there may be something or somebody trying to help you with finding the golden orbs of truth around yourself. And it could be the person that you least expect. Oftentimes that is the case, and especially given that Seeking Good here has pictured the unicorn standing behind the gentleman at the bar. So just make sure that you're keeping an open mind and that you're ready for a rebirth of yourself, of an idea, of a child, of whatever comes your way, and that you're able to, don't kiss any frogs, but definitely be willing to pay attention to them and ask them for what it is that they're looking for at this time. So okay, the caribou came in the upside, or in the reverse here for Archangel Uriel. And it says, caribous make long annual migrations and are associated with the cycle of life. The Inuit people believed that as the caribou returned to them each season, so did souls return to Earth after death, taking the form of either beast or human. So I don't know if you guys have been going through some type of a powerful shift or transition. It kind of looks like that. The caribou in the upright has a huge mantle of antlers and is a very powerful creature. With the actual moon being below it here, I am also seeing that this frog could be part of what is below the backside, or the underside of whatever situation you're talking about or thinking about. This could, if you're a woman, then this could partially, frogs are, a leap. It's a leap forward, or taking a leap of faith. And you might not want to take a leap of faith in a certain situation, but that it looks like it would be a powerful change for you. That it could be something that could foster some serious growth. And I know that Archangel Uriel, his number is 38 on this card, and 3 + 8 is 11. So that is like a, twin flame soulmate number as well. So you might need to put some work into your current relationship, or with your children, with your family, with whoever. That might be a way to become a peace ambassador for yourself in the future. Oh, come on, give me something for the electromagnetic forces perception, please. Please. Okay. That was more than what we wanted, but I'm just going to take the top card. This is animal deities. So definitely divinity guidance and wisdom can be found in the animals around you, and animals that you have known in the past that are spiritually still with you, or animals that you look forward to having in the future. So if you have a specific spirit animal that you connect with on a regular basis, this might be a good time to invoke some of their knowledge. In India, the god Krishna charmed the animal spirits by playing a shepherd's pipe. The early Greeks believed in Pan, the woodland god of the flocks, fertility, and nature, and was the inventor of the pipe, which he played for the dances of the nymphs. So it might do you some good to kind of get out and take a look at those parts of nature that you were not looking at before. Also, I'm kind of getting from this that there might be something slimy, some kind of a slimy situation that you felt like was going on or happening to you, or because of you, or from you, or I don't know how that applies to you. You'll know more than I will, but you might have been holding on to a ball, holding on to, I'm just seeing here a slimy ball, so that you might have caught this ball that was thrown to you, and rather than it being, dry and signed with somebody's signature of a famous person or something like that, it might have been slimy, a little slimier than what you expected. I don't know why that came to me there, but also with the caribou and the Archangel Uriel, I'm just also seeing that if you want to be a peace ambassador, or if you want to, sometimes when you try a new food that you aren't expecting to be slimy, like okra, or if you are playing a game with a new culture of people that you've never played a game with before, and instead of catching the ball and kind of handling it gracefully, like, ew, the ball is gross, and you drop it, it can be offensive to other people. It can be something that makes them feel as though they would prefer to just roll over and die of embarrassment, or die of not necessarily of the same things that the reaction that the people have, or that the overriding perception of your reaction to certain things can sometimes be really strong as fire signs. And so I'm just also seeing, be careful not to have reactions to people, places, or things that are going to be offensive, especially if it is in a powerful shift that's changing in a way that you weren't expecting, just so that everybody can still understand that you are trying to be a peace ambassador, that you are trying to keep the positive things in mind, and that you are trying to have the best interest of everybody involved. And then also here is a little boy playing a piccolo. Playing a little piccolo, and then this wolf has a big, moon in his third eye there. There's also you can't really see these things, but there's an eagle with a snake in his talons. So a lot of these images are a little bit difficult to understand as of now. With it outside of this circle, there is 1, 2, and 3 moons. So imagine yourself being on a different planet. Maybe that might help with figuring out how to react to certain things. We're not used to seeing anything but one moon circling our sky, in our sky.